So I have pressed my shoulder seam and side seam, and they're pressed open now as well. And now this is the sort of little cut-off jacket that we're making. So you see the shoulder seam there, the side seam right here, and the armhole opening. So now we have the armhole. We just need the sleeve to set inside the armhole. So we'll pick up that other piece, which is our sleeve piece, and you'll notice on here that there is a notch, not quite in the center, a little bit off center right there, and then there's a notch here and 2 notches right here. Again, make sure you've marked all of those very well, because that's how you're going to get it in the right place on the garment. If you had a long sleeve and it was like a fitted sleeve and you put it in and it didn't quite match up, it would rotate around and it would pull in funny ways, and it would be very uncomfortable to wear. So making sure we have everything in the exact right place is really critical. This one for a second. This one. Okay. Hang on, because I have 2 of them, I just have to figure that out. Yep, okay, perfect. So I have my sleeve here, and I have my little marks all along the top. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and put, this is my right side of my fabric, right, because the mark's on the other side. Put the right sides together just on this little short side right here.
So the fashion fabric's on the inside?
Inside, yep, exactly right. So fashion fabric sides together. And then I'm just going to sew up this little seam. This would be like the underarm seam right here. And what you'll see is that it comes down and then it goes whoop, really dramatically there at the end. That's for, because this is angled, that's for your, the hem on that. So we turn it like this, like we're going to hem it. You'll see that it has to come up in order to fill in that space, otherwise it won't lay flat against it. So we're going to actually sew down, and then at that point we're going to turn and come back up.
What would it look like if it was a long sleeve?
If it was a long sleeve, it would look like, so we'd have the same sleeve cap like this, right? And then just depending on how much extra space you have. So there's the top, kind of like this. This one has a really high cap, so that cap is a lot higher on this one. But then the regular sleeve would look like this. And then you might have a dart in the elbow if it's a really fitted sleeve on the back part of the elbow. Or you might have little like tucks there. So that's a normal sleeve. And then on Monday we'll look at all the different kinds of sleeves, so you know the sleeve terminology. Because that's just a standard set-in sleeve, but there's all kinds of manipulations from there. And I'll show you my favorite one, which is the one I'm going to put on my wedding dress.
Are you making your wedding dress?
I am. Yeah.
What?
Alright, so I've sewn the underarm seam of the sleeve together. I'm going to go ahead and press it, and then I'm going to press it open. In order to do that, because I have this little dip right here, I'm going to have to clip to that point so that I can press this open. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll put it together.